And it looked like Caitlin Clark and Stephanie White definitely had a situation where they was in a heated exchange right before halftime.
Caitlin Clark, you need to go up to their front office, demand Stephanie White to be fired, removed.
They want the front office to pick between Caitlin Clark and Stephanie White, man.
It was only a matter of time, bro, that Caitlin Clark was going to obviously have words with Stephanie White.
Caitlin Clark needs to get the hell out of Indiana.
I think this is one of those things where it might be a turning point.
She was the face of the WNBA's future. Now she's stuck on the bench, watching her own career get sabotaged in real time. What really happened behind the scenes between Caitlin Clark and coach Stephanie White has fans furious, players whispering, and the entire league on edge. From explosive locker room confrontations to bizarre coaching decisions and a rising online movement to free Caitlin, this might be the scandal that breaks the Indiana Fever wide open. It wasn't just a bad game, it was a meltdown that rocked the Indiana Fever from the inside out. According to insiders, the confrontation between Caitlin Clark and head coach Stephanie White didn't happen in front of cameras. It happened in the hallway, away from the public eye, where tension had been simmering for weeks.
On the street is CC told Stephanie White to sit Kelsey, Mitchell, and Howard because they don't pass. Could be true. CC went to tie her shoe after passing to Howard on a play. LOL.
And it is clear that there is a philosophical rift.
What started as a disagreement over playing time and ball movement turned into an explosive shouting match. Witnesses say Clark's voice echoed down the corridor, accusing White of holding her back, mismanaging the team, and running an offense that made no sense. This wasn't a rookie lashing out, it was a generational talent finally fed up with being used like a decoy. Rumours quickly spread that Clark told her coach to bench teammates like Kelsey Mitchell and Natasha Howard, players who, according to fans, refuse to pass the ball and constantly kill momentum. It might sound like you've gossip, but after watching the game footage, the frustration is crystal clear.
What she's doing, she's holding Caitlin Clark back. She don't know what to do with her.
Yeah, I know Caitlin Clark plays a certain type of way. You want to build a team around your superstar player. That is not the case for this team. This front office solely, to me, only care about the regiment of their team.
Y'all was way better without her last year, you hear me? She is sabotaging your game. She trying to make you play slow. Know what I'm saying? You have to have the ball in your hand and play up-tempo. That's your game. And everybody, even Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder can see that. You hear me? And everybody that's saying the Fever is better without Caitlin Clark, aka my precious CC.
On one play, Clark passed to Howard, tied her shoe and didn't even look at the basket, a silent protest that spoke volumes. This wasn't about selfishness. It was about months of being minimized in a system built for mediocrity. Clark brought record-breaking crowds, national TV deals, and WNBA relevance, and in return, she got benched in clutch moments while the offense fell apart without her. Fans didn't pay to watch team basketball, they paid to watch Clark Magic, and they're realizing that magic is being smothered. But what really set this moment apart was how it exposed everything wrong with Indiana's game plan. And the deeper you dig, the more obvious it becomes, this isn't just bad coaching, it's sabotage. This clash didn't come out of nowhere, it's been building from day one. At the heart of it is a cold truth. Stephanie White and Caitlin Clark do not believe in the same kind of basketball. One wants free-flowing team movement, the other is the movement, a once-in-a-generation floor general who reads the court like a chess master. And that difference has turned into an all-out war.
Right here, talking about Luka.
A wrist sprain in that game that has been out since. And that puts a lot on the plate of players like Spencer Dinwiddie, who just came in, who finds Marshall for the corner three.
When you see the Mavs just play differently without Luka on the floor, he's a guy who's high usage rate, the ball's in his hands. When he's not on the floor, that ball is moving, it's popping, multiple players getting involved in action, and everyone's stepping up.
Okay, you can hear the excitement in her voice, talking about Luka not being in there. Oh, they're moving and they're popping and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, oh no. You hear that and you wonder, is she one of these coaches that doesn't believe in the trans?
White's offense is built around equal opportunity. Everyone gets touches, no one dominates. On paper, it sounds like unity. In practice, it's chaos, screens are late, spading is non-existent, and teammates are often in Clark's way rather than helping her shine. One fan said it best. This offence looks like 5 people bumping into each other at a Black Friday sale. Clark, on the other hand, thrives on tempo, instinct, and control. She's not just a scorer, she's the brain of the team. She's the kind of player you build around, not through. But instead of maximising her strengths, White has tried to flatten her out, turn her into just another piece of a puzzle that's clearly broken. This isn't just a coaching steal, it's a philosophy. And that philosophy is now smothering the most electric player the WNBA has seen in decades. But Stephanie White has done this before, and where she's taken teams in the past? That's where this story starts to get even darker. This isn't Stephanie White's first time running a team into the ground while insisting her system works. Before she landed in Indiana, White tried the same approach at Vanderbilt. And
Stephanie White, you deserve the Dodo Bird of the Day award.
And if they do not want to get a coaching, make a coaching change and bring in who she wants, that is going to cater to her style and build the team around her strengths, then she should walk.
And who do you think that the fans come to see? They don't come see everybody else that's on that team. I'm sorry. That's no disrespect. The Caitlin Clark effect, the CC effect.
the results? A complete disaster. Under her leadership, the Commodores stumbled through back-to-back seasons with records like 723 and 724. Fans disappeared, players transferred, and the program, once known for promise, turned into an afterthought. The problem wasn't talent, the problem was philosophy, the same one choking the Indiana Fever right now. White's system didn't elevate stars, it buried them. She preached movement over playmaking, balance over brilliance, and structure over instinct. It didn't matter if you had a future pro on the roster. If you didn't fit into her system like a cog in a machine, you were sidelined, subbed out, or slowly erased. And here's the most alarming part. She hasn't changed a thing. Now in the WNBA, with brighter lights and higher stakes, White has transplanted that same failed blueprint into Indiana. Except this time, she's not just holding back a college athlete. She's doing it to the most marketable star the league has seen in a generation. From Vanderbilt to Indiana, White has treated superstar talent as a threat, not an advantage. She hides behind phrases like ball movement and team cohesion to justify pulling the reins on players who could take over games. But if your system collapses the moment someone plays like a star, then maybe the system isn't built to win, maybe it's built to control. Look at the numbers. Look at her face, look at the way she walks up the court. This isn't just a slump. It's a slow, surgical erasure of a superstar, and it's happening right in front of us. Caitlin Clark's usage rate has dropped by nearly 20% compared to her debut season. Her points are down, her assists are stagnant. Her influence over the game, once undeniable, is now fading into the background. And it's not because she's playing worse, it's because she's being used less.
Tasha Howard more minutes in the first half than you played Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark played the 4th most minutes out of everybody in the starting lineup in the first half, and you wonder why we're losing. Caitlin 12 points, 9 assists, but she don't even look like the same player. She don't look enthusiastic. She just don't even look like she into it anymore. She kind of look like she over this, you know what I mean? And to be honest, as a Caitlin Clark fan, I'm pretty much over it as well. I just got to keep it real with you. I'm pretty much over this as well. This season is a travesty. I just feel like, she needs to explore.
When Clark is on the floor, the offense looks confused. When she's off the floor, it looks completely lost. The difference is night and day, yet Stephanie White continues to give more minutes to role players, keeps the ball out of Clark's hands, and builds plays that treat her like a corner shooter instead of the elite floor general she is. Because that's exactly what it is, a glimpse of greatness, stolen back by a coach who seems allergic to letting her shine. So if the numbers are down, the joy is gone, and the fans are furious. The real question isn't what's happening to Caitlin Clark, it's why Stephanie White keeps choosing to let it happen. Stephanie White preaches a simple gospel: no player is bigger than the system. Her mantra is that team movement, balanced touches, and unpredictability will outsmart even the toughest defenses. On paper it sounds smart, but the reality on the court, it's a disaster. White's offense moves the ball in circles, sometimes too many circles. The ball dances, but it rarely lands where it needs to. Screens come late or miss entirely, spacing breaks down, and instead of creating open shots for the team's best players, the system often forces them into isolation or tough contested shots. That's the problem. Basketball isn't just about equal touches or fancy passes, it's about moments when a star player takes control and changes the game. White's system pretends it can eliminate those moments by spreading the ball evenly, but in the WNBA's highest level of competition, that approach collapses. The Fever are paying the price, not just in losses, but in dwindling attendance, social media outrage, and a fractured locker room. The system might look good in theory, but on the hardwood, it's tearing the team apart. And if they don't course correct soon, the consequences could be devastating for Clark, for the Fever, and for the entire WNBA spotlight they carry. Fans aren't just quietly upset, they're furious. Social media is ablaze with the hashtag #HoundFreeCaitlin, a rallying cry demanding the Fever unleash their star and give her the role she deserves. Clips of Clark's brilliance, juxtaposed with baffling coaching decisions, are shared thousands of times, sparking heated debates across platforms. One fan's plea summed it up. "We paid to watch Caitlin dominate, not fade into the background." Another vowed to boycott games until the team stops benching our queen. This isn't just frustration, it's a movement. The pressure is mounting beyond the stands. Sponsors who once clamoured to be associated with Clark's rise are growing wary. Broadcast partners are cautious, reluctant to promote games where the league's brightest talent is sidelined. Reporters are no longer asking about stats, they're asking if Clark will even stay in Indiana. The clock is ticking. If the Fever want to save their season and their reputation, they need to make a choice. Do they double down on a flawed system that's crushing their star? Or do they finally build around Caitlin Clark, trusting her to lead and ignite the team the way fans and the league expect? For now, the saga continues, but one thing is clear. Caitlin Clark's story is far from over, and the basketball world is watching every move. The Indiana Fever stand at a crossroads unlike any they've faced before. Their brightest star is burning out, not because of injury or age, but because of a system that refuses to let her shine. The question now isn't just about basketball strategy, it's about survival. Will the Fever embrace change, tear down the walls around Caitlin Clark and build a team that matches her brilliance? Or will they cling to a failing philosophy, risking the loss of their franchise's future and the trust of their fans? Clark herself faces a monumental decision. Stay and fight through the frustration, demand a trade to a team that will finally trust her, or walk away from the league spotlight that she helped bring back. The Fever's next move will send shockwaves across the basketball world. And for Caitlin Clark, the story is far from finished. It's only just beginning. Caitlin Clark's struggle isn't just a basketball story, it's a battle for respect, recognition, and the future of star power in the WNBA. When a player with her talent is held back by a system unwilling to adapt, everyone loses, the team, the VOMs, and the league itself. The Indiana Fever face a choice. Embrace the talent they've fought so hard to acquire, or watch it slip through their fingers. The fans, the media, and the basketball world are watching closely. Change isn't just necessary, it's urgent. So here's the question for you. Where do you stand? Should the Fever break free from outdated coaching philosophies and build around Caitlin Clark's undeniable brilliance? Or should they stay stuck, risking everything for the sake of a system that's already failing? If you're as fired up as thousands of fans are, smash that like button, share this video, and drop a comment with #FreeCaitlin. Let the Fever front office know the message loud and clear. It's time to unleash their star and reclaim the future of Indiana basketball. Because when the brightest light is dimmed, it's not just a loss for one team, it's a loss for the whole game.